human thinking in problem solutions, and finally, teach the machines process natural languages as done by we humans. That's a syllabus. We have 5 units, and the textbook prescribed for us is Russell and Norvig, Artificial Intelligence, a Modern Approach, third edition, Prentisal, 2010. So we have two reference books, and many more are available online. Many lectures are available from various universities like Stanford University, MIT, our own NPTEL, and many more. And apart from that, your favorite YouTube is there. And if nothing works, yes, our Google Baba is there to support for any problems we face. Okay, coming to the uh, problem, we never studied anything new without with uh, example. So since childhood, we have been studying anything new with an example only. So let us continue the trend and begin with another example. Ah, I think it's familiar to you on the screen, a tic tac toe game. What is that? Yeah, definitely you know it very well. It's a game. Uh, in American English, it is called tic tac toe, noughts and crosses in the Commonwealth English. Otherwise, X and O's in a paper pencil model. It's a paper and pencil game with two players. One plays with X, other plays with O, and the two players make turns marking the spaces in a 3 by 3 grid that's normally used. Other 5 by 5, 7 by 7, 9 by 9 grids are also available for more complicated plays. Here, the player who succeed in placing three of their marks in a horizontal or vertical or diagonal row is the winner. So, again, let's look at uh, a model, or in reality, let us once play and think what are we trying to do. Okay, that's 3 by 3 grid here. This is our tic tac toe board, and here two players are supposed to play. In this case, computer is playing with us. So I am the one player, and the other player, my opponent, is the computer. And currently, I have selected cross as my symbol. So naturally, O becomes the symbol for the computer. I am free to select any of the 9 cells. So let me select the central one. Later, we'll see why this is more preferred as the first step. Okay, the moment I press this, computer came up with a O here. Okay, let me select this one. Yes, not shared. 1 minute, 1 minute. So I am sorry, I just instead of sharing the whole screen, I just shared only a particular app. Okay, now I think the whole screen is visible now. Is it? Okay, thank you. Thanks for reminding me the mistakes. So please keep doing that. What were we doing? Yeah, we were here. So we are talking about this, so let me start our game again. I hope now the thing is visible now. Yeah, this is our 3 by 3 board, tic tac toe, and here I have selected cross as my symbol, and my opponent is the computer. It is playing with an O, and it says the player is supposed to start the game. So let me start by clicking this cell. Yes, uh, cross mark is placed here, and immediately computer came out with its selection that it selected this cell. Now let me select this cell, and immediately computer thought that if that leaves this cell blank, then I can select this diagonal and win the guess. So it blocked me by selecting this cell. So let me intelligently try to select this position. Why this position is because if I select this position, then row number one can be my winning situation in the next round, or this diagonal also can be one of the winning chances. So if I put this here, it can either block this or it can either block this. It cannot block both at the same time because it has to play only one step. So it tried to block my row one, but my this diagonal is left unaddressed. Therefore, I am free to use this. So I won this game. I hope you understand what are we talking about. Let's continue with our work. So that's uh, okay. Now, okay, can you imagine where should I put my next one? It can be here, 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 it can be here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options left because two options are already used. So out of nine, two used, seven more are left. So I am free to use any of these seven. Which one should I use? So because I am an intelligent being, I can think of selecting this one as we discussed in our earlier case. Then, because of my unintelligence, I may select this and it blocked this. So, I lost all my hopes of winning, and that made a draw. So, what I was trying to tell is how do we make this uh, selection? Where should I put my next symbol? Should I use it here? Should I use it here? Or should I use it here? Oh, did it. I missed it, so it won. So now the question here is many problems are there. Number one, the whole board is visible to you. All nine cells are visible to you simultaneously because our mind system, our knowledge bank, our eye system is working in parallel. So working everything in parallel makes a lot of difference. Whereas my computer is not a parallel processor, it takes one at a time and then does it. So if you think about your C programming or any such thing, you see that anytime only one action can be done, and then if this is to be done, then okay, do it, otherwise try it this way or try this way or try this way or try this way. So it has to look at all possible things and then somehow see decide what should I do. So much of complications are there in working on that. Okay, now let's first try to understand how we play and then try to see how we can make a machine to play as a human. So let us now officially define the rules for the tic-tac-toe game. Some guidelines: the game is played between two players, both may be human. or one may be human, other may be a computer. Both players choose their respective symbols to mark. One may use cross, the other one will use a knot. Player 1 will start the turn by placing his or her symbol on any of the 9 squares. Then second player marks in among the remaining 8 empty squares, whichever is uh, he or she likes will be placed. And this way, alternately, each player will play. And if any player gets 3 respective symbols in a horizontal, vertical, or a diagonal row, wins the game. Okay, let's look at this again. So we had started with a blank 3 by 3 board, and then we have the first player placed its cross here, second player placed a knot here, then the third player placed a cross here. Yes, definitely. Sorry, it's not third player, it is a first player back. First player places cross here, then second player sees that there is a danger here. So if this is left blank, then player 1 will use this and win. So it blocks it. Done. Now player 1 sees a potential danger here, because if this cell left open, then this may be used by the second player. Therefore, it tries to block this. And this happened so intelligently that now in the next turn, whenever cross player one's turn comes, it has two options to win: one, the column 3, or the one row 3. And now the player 2 has to select this place or this place or this place or this place for marking. If it selects this, then both these are available, so any one of them can be used for the player 1 to win. If this uses, then same thing happens. If it uses this cell, then this will be blocked, but this is still open, so player 1 can win. Or if this is blocked, then this is still open, again player 1 can win. Now as we saw, the player 2 tried to block this column 3, but row 3 was left unattended, and hence this blank space was occupied by a cross, and all 3 crosses are found in this row. So player 1 wins. Okay, how to now start thinking how can we make our machine to do this? One thing is simple: create a table, lookup table. This table will contain all possible situations. Yes, situation. What do you mean by situation? This is one situation. This is another situation. This is another situation. This is one more situation. In technical terms, we call it a state of a system. This is called a state of a system. So this is one state, this is another state, this is one more state, this is one more state. So now can you imagine how many states are possible? Yeah, looking at our binary logic, there are 9 cells. Then if there are 9 cells, then we had worked in our logic design or other binary classes, that when there are 9 options are there, then each option can take 1 or 0, then there will be totally 2 to the power 9 possibilities. Whereas here, how many options are there for any cell? Yes, there are 3 cells, not 2. Don't look at only blue and red. There is white also. Don't forget this white. Yeah, there is one state which is called blank state. There is another where a cross occupies that cell, or there is a O or a knot occupied by in that cell. So there are 3 possibilities. A cell may be a blank, a cell may occupied by a knot cross, or a cell may be occupied by a knot. So that way 3 options are there for every cell, and hence there will be 3 to the power 9 various possibilities are there. So I can create a table of 3 to the power 9 and then work on that. So what I can do, I can create a table. The table will consist of 3 to the power 9 rows and two columns. The first column talks about where the presently the board is, what is the present state of the board, and what should happen in the next step. But how to create this table? Yeah, well, the best thing is use an expert. Sit with an expert, show him all possible options, and ask what could be your best move. Whatever the expert suggests, take up that move. So that way you can create the table. But later we realize that many of these 3 to the power 9 rows are not possible to reach. So we can improve that move table. And this also is not going to be an intelligent one. So now instead of talking about building a table, we can think of building a tree. In this building a tree, let us assume all possibilities, and that's what we call it a brute force way of building the tree. And once that is done, we realize that it is again an impossible task. So let us try to build intelligently. That means let us keep on adding our intelligence to the machine. So we started with almost zero intelligence. Every intelligence was by a human who creates this table. Machine doesn't have any intelligence. It just takes the current state, checks the table, decides what should be the move. It does it. The problem is any number of times you look at it, the same move will be coming, and the size of the table is very huge. So we added some uh, the human intelligence is again used and tried to reduce the table. Still there is no intelligence here. Later we tried to make machine little intelligent by using a tree building. Then still this is also a big case, so we will make it more intelligent. And then finally the most intelligent way is we can make use of a magic square and work on it. Yes, magic square, somewhere we heard it, right? In childhood we used to play with it without knowing the importance of that. Yes, definitely today you will understand why this is called a magic square and what magics it can do for us in solving our problems. Let us see it one by one. Okay, let's check this move table concept. It is full machine like thinking. There are 9 cells. Each cell will have 3 options. So if we can say 0 for blank, 1 for cross, 2 for knots, then as we just discussed, there are 3 to the power 9. That makes 19,683 states possible. So we can build a state diagram. So what is this is talking about? So first cell. So how can we represent this? Okay, now let us represent this as a uh, nine nine place format. So we can have a 9 place format. First place for first cell, second place for second, third cell, fourth cell, fifth cell, sixth cell, seventh cell, eighth cell, ninth cell. Okay, let's have that nomenclature. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the numbers of these cells. Let us define them so that in future it will be easier for us to discuss. We never thought of all these things when it comes to play. We never thought which should be called play cell number 1, this should be called cell number 2. We never thought on those lines because a lot of things we were doing intelligently. The problem with working intelligently is we work in more abstract way. Almost 90 to 95% of the activities what we do, we never think verbally. We just abstract way we think it. When it comes to playing this thing, so we never keep asking, should I place it here? Should I place it here? Should I place it here? No, we never think. You just look at it, and if you are playing with a knot, you select this and say you are the winner. If you are with a cross, you select the same place and say you are the winner. You don't just keep on checking it that all possibilities. Yeah, that's abstraction we have, but now it's time to kill that abstraction and start thinking in detail. So let us start thinking like a primary school teacher who taught us ABCD for the first time. You just recall how much pain she had taken to make us understand what A is, what B is. Yeah, definitely A for apple, B for ball. Everything comes to our mind, and definitely you will remember, or you will feel that yeah, those days were golden days. Definitely, we'll never come back. Anyway, we have to face the reality. We have grown up, so that's a tragedy. Anyway, let's continue the tragedy. Okay, then how can we represent this? How should I say this to a machine? So I don't have to tell what is the situation here. It's you can understand that there are three crosses are there, three knots are there, their positions. You just looking at the structure, you will immediately understand. But if I want to tell it to a machine, then I cannot tell in that way. Then I have to tell in some other way. The best way I can do is use a structure of array, and say each position in the array is for one cell. So first position for first cell, second position for second cell, third position third cell, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and so on. Now if I want to say the state of this to my machine, then I have to say 2, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 2. So in all, my 9 digit number looks like 201100122. So arrange this lookup table. You will be having 19,683 states, and for each state being the present state, ask the expert to identify the best possible move and find the corresponding next state. Yeah, make sure, try imagining that you are that expert. No problem. I don't think it's, I can be expert, I don't have problem. But let me give the task of presenting me all these 19,683 states to me and ask me which should be the best move. Yeah, it is your headache to find out all those 19,683 options of the 3 by 3 board, and then one by one show me which is the best option I should select, and then keep noting that. And once that is done, this table is ready. So that's the current position, all zeros. That means it started with a blank position, and one said that you select the central cell, put a 1 here. And this is another state where the last cell was a 1. Then the the expert says, try to put a 2 here. And if 2 was here, then it says, let 1 be here. If 1 was here, it says, let 2 be here, and so on. So this 19,683 elements have to be presented to the expert, and for every possibility, expert will give his or her suggestion, and you just note down and create this table. I don't know how many errors you create while making this table. Anyway, best of luck. Create this table and enjoy the game. What else? To start the game, you do the. So if you recall our game, we are playing live. I was playing live with my computer. I just press one. So I pressed one cell there. Cross mark came. So which becomes one there, and one at that place, and all others zero is searched in this table, and respective what should be the next state. There it searches where 2 is found, and that place a knot is placed. Then waits for my turn. What should I do? When I when my place my next cross into the next cell, then yeah, definitely the it gets into another state. So that's how this is looking like 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0. And that's how the table looks like. This present state, and that's next state. So it is a present state, all blanks, all zeros. Next state is going to be this. So this is for us to understand. Nothing to do with the machine. Machine understands only these things. It doesn't understand this 3 by 3 grid and all that. It is only for our convenience. We have put it here. Nothing to do with. So this whole sequence is stored in the memory. It starts with all 9 zeros, then some ones, some twos, and all that, and finally goes up to all two, 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 two. So that makes 19,683 possibilities. So it will have 19,683 rows and two columns, one column for present state, one column for the next state. So this has to be created. So if you look at how we played the game, this is how we played the game, and this is how my computer may play the game. So we started with all zeros, blank. Then the user placed a cross here. So the third position was a cross. So third position is a 1. All others are 0. Then the machine decides to place a knot in cell number 1. Therefore, cell number 1 becomes 2. Cell number 3 is 1. Others are still 0. Then the player uses the cell number 7. So seventh cell becomes 1. Other things remain same. Then the machine wants to block player to win, therefore it selects cell number 5. So cell number 5 becomes 2. Then this cell number 9 becomes 1. Then cell number 6 becomes 2. Then finally user places cell number 8 with a 1, and all three ones are there in a series, and X wins. Now computer is seeing the game like this. We are seeing the game like this. Now you can think the complication we have in playing this simple game. Now I don't know. Can we? Are we in a position to think of other games like chess or anything like? I don't know. Still, I can't talk on those lines. I'm still so much confused of this simplest possible game we played as a small child. I'm getting so many confusions in trying to explain this in words. Yeah, understanding is very simple, but explaining that in words is most difficult task we have. So that's what we are trying to do now. Because at the end, I have to teach my computer to understand all my knowledge, and then so I have to put all my knowledge onto paper so that I can teach my computer how to do it. Done. Okay, the algorithm looks like this. So keep that. The disadvantages: lot of space to store move table, lot of work to specify all the entries in the move table, highly error prone because the data size is so big in volume. So presenting all 983 is impossible task. There is possibility that same things you may keep repeating again and again and again, and you may not note that all 19,683 were tested and presented to the expert, and expert should be patient enough to answer all your questions. I don't know how much patience that person should have to answer your questions. And if that's so, I don't know what would happen. Yeah, there is definitely going to be error. And most difficult problem is it is cannot be extended. So you cannot just extend this logic to a 3D tic tac toe. 3D tic tac toe, for your uh, assumption, imagination, it looks like a Rubik cube. So 3 by 3 by 3. So total 27 cells will be there, and each cell can be either a blank or a cross or a knot. So 3 to the power 27. I don't know how to tell this number in complete, because 3 to the power 9, it was 19,000. And I don't know, will this be sufficient to count the number of atoms or not? I don't know. I don't know. I can't just say. Yes or no? I can just only say that I can't imagine what size this could be. Therefore, and definitely it is not at all an intelligent activity because it's just following your foot. Whatever you said, you're doing after every human's turn. It checks the state, gets to the lookup table called the move table, searches that particular entry into the present state, and corresponding next state is searched and sees where the next knot is to be placed, and a knot is placed there, and then continues. So that's more what do you say, complicated activity. So if we look at some problems associated with this, the rule said we have to play. The first rule said player number one he is going to start the game, which means here player number two started the game, and definitely it is not valid. Therefore, I can say this state can never be reached. Here, this is all blank. Yes, this can be allowed. First player has played first because that's the first one. Only one non-zero entry is there, and that is one. That means you are allowed player one to play. Yes, it is valid. This says player two is allowed to start. Not valid. So leave it. Only one, others zeros. That means player one started the game. Done. Player two started game. Not possible. Player one is one. Player two is one. Others are zero. That means one game, one round by player one round by player two. Yes, first player one they played, then player two played. Not a problem. Done. Player one played, player two played, then player one played, player two played. Not a problem. Player one played, player two played, then player one played. Yeah, now player two has to play next. So has to select one of these zeros to replace with a two. Yes, not a problem. Done. Player one plays. Ah, player two is not there, but player one is trying to play again. Impossible. So this case cannot be taken up. Player two is playing four times. Player one has played two times. Never possible. Player one has to play once, then player two, then one, then two, then one, then two. So if you look at that, what is it? It cannot start with player two. It cannot have only player ones, or it cannot have only player twos, or so that way. If you look at it, then what happens is many of the states are not possible to reach at all. So once apply your intelligence and try to see how many such states cannot be reached. Remove them. So now the state, the size of the table is no more 19,683. It comes down, and then apply intelligence. Look at the board. Okay, the board can be rotated and seen. So even the board is rotated clockwise or anti-clockwise by 90 degrees. The situation remains same.